All right, welcome back to the Yard Dad. First thing we're going to be doing, I've got to remove a sprinkler head and replace a sprinkler head. So I'm just going to do that real quick, get that done. But let me show you what we're actually going to be doing like the whole time. Oh, and also here, check it out. Check out the front. Look how it's looking. New seeds coming in nice. I've seen just a little bit of the perennial rye coming in. None of the KGB yet, of course, but looking really good over here. And then check out this side as well, looking really good. So we're a couple days in now, and basically what I keep doing, I keep it wet. That's it. I keep it moist. I don't keep it like too wet. I think it's like 3 times a day right now. I water it for 3 minutes. That's it. And that's my same trick for my cool season lawn in the summer, is I just do a little burst throughout the day, like 2 to 3 minute little watering, maybe 3-4 times a day. And then all the other grass is dormant, ours will be green. This is the space that we'll be fixing today. We'll do some soil mixes, and then we're gonna kind of mow this down, make this a little bit more even, kind of level it out a bit. I'll be working with a couple different tools. We'll be poking some holes here too, putting down some seed and then covering it, and then putting down a little bit some more aeration holes, maybe a little bit more seed, and I'm going to get a nice layer that fills this end so that it does not look like that anymore. But it was just a high traffic area that I just kept ignoring. And then also the sprinkler that I'll be fixing, I don't even know if I'll throw that in the video. You can see where I accidentally got some perennial ryegrass seed when I was doing my turns and going back when we were overseeding this in the front. You can actually see it's growing. So just on straight dirt, and this is rock solid, right? That's where this little pitchfork thing is going to come in handy. We'll be doing some little aeration holes, right? This right here, this cultivator, manual cultivator, we'll be pulling back some of the soil as well. So we'll get that looking good. I'll show you what my soil mix is going to be for this. I'll be putting down perennial ryegrass, 20%, and then the other 80% will be the Kentucky blue, midnight Kentucky blue. But yeah, look at this. Look how awesome this looks. See, our property line goes like that, but fantastic. Everything's been working so far. So here is what we're working with. A bunch of different things. I'll probably be mixing just some standard topsoil, maybe a little bit of mushroom compost, and then some of the steer manure blend. This is basically just a soil amendment that's already made. General purpose soil amendment, blend of steer manure and compost. Maybe we'll mix that, and then I also have some lawn topper or lawn soil, and I have a bag of the lawn soil of the Staw Green down here as well. And this one's got a very small bit of fertilizer in it, but we'll be mixing in some of this nitrogen fertilizer anyways. It is 640. I've always used this when I seed, and I've always had really good results. So, let me know if you've used this when you seed, at least in my zone, in my area, right? Yeah, I'm just going to be mixing some soil up, and let me fix this sprinkler head real quick. I'm going to move it. Basically what it is right here. I'll show you. There used to, of course, there was never a fence here. And when the fence got put up, the sprinklers had not been turned on yet. There's one right here. So all I want to do is just move it to here. That's it. Very simple. Yeah, it'd be pretty simple. And I've got a better head too. These ones, I think this head, if I remember correctly, I think it might even go up 4 inches. So I got a 2-inch one. So I'll just be swapping that out real quick, moving it. It's on a funny pipe or flex line or whatever, flexible line. Anyways, and this is what I'll be swapping it with. This one's just a 0 to 360 pattern, up to 15 feet. Of course, the 1/2 inch Rainbird 1800, and it pops up 2 inches. And yeah, super easy, very small, cheap, quick fix. And so I'll just dig around that, move it up, and then we'll get the working over here. Yeah, we'll get this fixed up. It's quite nice that the perennial rye, though, is just straight growing into this, through this dirt that's got a little bit of silica and sand and everything. But you know, I have noticed in this area right here, it tends to drain really well. So that's a plus. Whenever, you know, like you would think that it wouldn't. Well, I put silica in that one area, just a little light layer, plus making my turns when I'm doing the front right here, where I didn't put the silica puddles up, but right there, it doesn't puddle up. So kind of cool. Stuff actually does what it's supposed to do. It really helps with the compaction and everything. But yeah, I'm going to swap this out real quick, and then yeah, we'll get to fixing this. And today, this will be a pretty easy fix. I will get out the leveler, most likely, a lawn rake, and then I'll also use the roller too. I'm going to just keep basically building up a nice, basically I'll be compacting soil without really compacting soil because it's not clay. All good, but let's get this sprinkler head put in real quick. Just got done with that. Here, check it out. Originally it was right here, and then I moved it to right here. So now when I close this, let's see, there's no longer right underneath it. And I thought about moving this drip line too, but it's just the end, so it's not really that big of a deal. I could do it any time too. I just have to kind of bend out and then put it, but it'd just be going back out this way anyway, so not really a big deal. Good location, because now when this thing pops up, it's no longer going up in here. So we're totally good now. And I made it even with the edge guard. You can't really see it, but I made it even with that. I like that height. And then when we get the irrigation on, after we've finished with this area over here, then I'll get it all aligned and everything. Super quick. I mean, that took me 5 minutes, you know. Most of the sprinkler heads that I've found around my property are way too much or way too little. All of them, I've just slowly replaced all of them. Now in the front, I think I only have like maybe 1 or 2 more situations like that, but one of them I capped already. Now that's fixed, so we're good to start working on this. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rake all of this right here from where we basically did the sprinkler head. I'm just gonna rake it so that you can totally see the edge, and then I'm gonna start mixing up some soils, and then we'll start getting that down. And then I'm gonna poke a bunch of holes in this too to kind of get it aerated a little bit before we start putting anything over it. And I'll probably put a little bit of perennial rye. So that'll be down there, and then we'll just kind of build it up, and then we'll roll. We'll just start rolling. So I'm gonna get to work on that, and then yeah, and then we'll get it irrigated and wrap up the video. Super easy, moving the sprinkler head, and now we got a good one. Always save your sprinkler heads, don't throw them out. You can always use this for parts. So, you know, but good stuff. Let's go. What I did was I raked the excess like wood chips and just stuff that I don't want. I threw that out. I kept a little bit of the topsoil that was originally here because there's nothing wrong with it. You want some original topsoil. I'm going to start pouring out a couple bags of stuff and get it mixed. As you can see here, I just made small holes with the little pitchfork thing, because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of the perennial ryegrass down. We'll start to put a layer. We'll put some more of the perennial ryegrass, with the majority being the Kentucky bluegrass. Well, I'm out of breath. level it out as best we can, roll it, and then put more seed, roll it, and then cover it. So looking good. I'm going to start bringing bags out, and yeah, we'll start creating our mix, getting that down, getting it leveled out and all that, and then we'll go from there. But looking good. Check out the front. Looks awesome. Still looking really nice. Let's get this thing done. So you saw how I put all that seed down and layered it. It all went into those holes for sure that we made. I'll probably make some more, maybe when we get done, maybe not. I don't even think we'll need it. But basically all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fill this roller right here. I'm gonna fill this with some water. And then after I fill that, we're gonna roll it a couple times. Well, I'm gonna hit it with the leveler first, and then we'll roll it, and then hit it with the leveler, and then I'll make sure that it's totally level. I'm using this more as a guide. You don't really need to use this. It'll help. So definitely gonna hit it with that real quick. Yeah, but we're looking good. I tried to get it as even as I could over here, but this should help a lot. And then if we need to add a little bit more, we can. But so far, so good. Looking awesome now. Definitely looking awesome. Got totally done with everything. I might throw a little bit of extra seed on top and just kind of hit it with the pitchfork one more time just to get a little bit more seed in, but I think we're good. And of course, if it gets into the mulch bed thing over here, we all know how to take care of that. But let's check it out real quick and I'll get it watered in. I got to get that sprinkler fixed real fast too before it starts puddling up and doing crazy stuff. But I kind of smashed it down as well. Rolled it, raked it, rolled it, raked it. I didn't want any bumps. The only bump that I can honestly feel in it now is up by the fence here, and I kind of smashed down, but I think it's also because there's no grass. So, you know, that grass grew up about there, and that kind of fixed that a little bit, but we'll see what's up. We can always come back and level it out some more, but it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go with this, and once it starts to come in, we'll go from there. But looking great. Just to show you the front, another update. It's been a couple hours now, but you can check it out. I'm gonna water it here because those are connected, And yeah, it needs a watering. And then here's what the front is looking like right now. Real nice. And you're starting to see property lines where the people's grass is going dormant because it's getting hotter. It's definitely getting hotter. But you'll see. And then this grass, I don't know what's going on over here. I think they might be out of town or something, but just total weeds. But this has looked pretty good. There's still a few like little bare spots and stuff, but you can see now, I mean, you can barely see it, but it's starting to grow in. I can see some little ones down in here too. It's always awesome. But looking good. Got this done. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it irrigated. That's gonna be it for this one. Yeah, get that topsoil mixed. Always make sure you poke some holes so that the seed goes down in there. Then cover, then add more seed if you want, whatever. But something like this, it's pretty easy. Not much sunlight comes over here, but what I'm using grass-wise will be fine. For this area, it's always been fine. It's very thick everywhere else. It should fill in fairly quickly because of that perennial rye, and then that KGB with its runners will start to fill in and take over. The trick is to keep it moist, not soaked. You just want it wet. So like I was telling you, I like to run my sprinklers like in the morning right now because it's a little bit hotter. I'm doing 5 minutes in the morning, but in this zone specifically, because I don't have much sunlight here, I do 3 minutes. So I'll be doing 3 minutes here and then probably 3 times a day, right? So 3, 6, 9 minutes total of water will go down here. And basically when I don't see little water droplets, like I touch it and it's not super wet or anything like that, I don't want it getting crispy or getting dry. That's gonna affect that KGB. It's definitely gonna affect it. The perennial ryegrass, not as much. Just sprinkles of water really gets that stuff going, but just to make sure that it fills in and does what it needs to do, and you don't want to waste the grass seed. Just don't soak it, just keep it wet and you'll be good. And same thing in the summer when it starts to get warmer out, I do the same thing. I do like each zone, I do like 2 or 3 minutes each zone. And then that way it thinks it's spring, but it's really summer. And then the grass stays super green and it doesn't go dormant here. Cool season grass. You got to trick it. Looking good. Also looking good over here now. New sprinkler spot. I'm liking it. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you learned something. We've kind of fixed bumpy spots. We did a little bit of everything today. Used a couple different tools. If you're just trying to aerate a little patch or an area real quick, I definitely recommend the like the pitchfork, the landscape rake definitely, and then this little rake right here. Great stuff. These are great too for getting bumps down. But yeah, and then of course that roller really helps. I probably should have put a little bit more water in it today, but I'm pretty worn out. I'm just trying to get this done today. We'll see where we're at once it starts to fill in. If I need to add a little topsoil in a bumpy spot, I can, but for the most part, except for that one spot, everything's good. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the Yard Dad. Sprinkler worked perfectly. Totally watered in now. Good stuff.